So in the previous video, we have discussed about flatMap with a list of list, and the internal list contains integer elements, right? Now let's talk about, we have a list which contains an object, and that object has a property which is a list. Okay. So let me create the list first, arrays dot as list. And now in this list we have, let's say, order class object. Later we'll create this order class, and it has, let's say, order id, and it has a list of items. So arrays dot as list, and then let's say items are like item 1, then item 2, item 3, and then let me create two more order object. So let's say order IDs are now 1002, 1003, items are now 4, and let's say 5 and 6. Here let's say only 2, 7 and 8. All right. So let me put comma rather than semicolon, because these are elements separated with comma. All right, so now let me store into a local variable. So these are orders, and this is of type object, not object, order, right? This object is basically order object. All right, so let's create the order class so that these errors will be gone, right? So we will have, let's say, class order, and within that private string order id, because order id we are keeping it as a string, and then items are going to be list of strings, right? List of string, and these are our items. All right, so let's create their getter and setters, generate getter and setter for both. Okay, so now the error should be gone. Expected 0 argument but found 2. Okay, so we need to create the constructor over here. So because it is saying that, there is a default constructor which takes 0 argument, but we are passing 2, right? So we should have a constructor here which will have order id and list of items. Fine. Now we have created the list. Okay, list of orders. Now what we want to do is, we want to flatten the items, okay, from all the orders into a single list. So we have number of items. So we have 3 items in the first order, in the second order we have 3 items, in this third order we have 2 items. So we want to flatten these items and put into a single list. So how can we do? So first let's convert this order into a stream, and after that use flatMap. Now inside flatMap, what we will get? We will get order object, right? And now from the order object we have to get the items, right? So order, and then lambda order dot get order id or get items, right? So we want to flatten this list, items list. So get items, and then convert this into a stream. Finally collect this. This is what we have been doing, right? So once we have a list of list, we will try to identify what is there inside, and accordingly we will be writing our lambda, or we will be writing method reference inside the flatMap. All right, now since here the object was order, and inside that we are going to take all these list of items and convert into a flattened list. That's why we have called this get items and converted into a stream. Now let's print this. Before that we should assign into a local variable. So these are all items. These are all items, and if I print, it will show as a list, but better to iterate and put this. So string item, column items, and now s out, this is all items here, and print item. So now we should be able to see all these items printed as a single list element. I can print here also all items. Let's see now. So let me save and run this. So you can see that this shows as a list of items. Now this list is a flattened list, right? And here also when we are iterating, we can see since it is a println, it's going in all new line, right? So basically what we have done is we had a list of orders, and inside the order we had the second parameter as a list, right? List of items. So now we have been able to get all these list of items from all the orders and put into a list as a flattened list. So this is the advantage of using flatMap. So when we see list of list or set of set, map of map, or something like that, when we have nested collections, then this flatMap used to help in flattening the data structure and also getting the desired result. Okay, so I hope you understood.